And we're live. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Sugoi Boyz, episode 17, where we're going to talk about how happy we are with anime. Uh, as always, with these,
Happiness.
happiness. There is no other feeling allowed when watching anime. I'm with Art of Anime and J Chip from The J Chip Show, as I love referring to him as and will forevermore. I hope my last words on my deathbed are from The J Chip Show. And I hope my family has no idea who that is when I say those words, but they write it down.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we'll do our normal round table here. Kind of easy. Me and J Chip have still been watching Happy Sugar Life, and Art finished it. I've still been reading Vinland Saga. I'm on like chapter 41 or 42. That's really, really, really good. Technically, I saw an episode of Yamada's First Time. I don't remember if we had discussed that in the past, but my eyes have seen 22 minutes of a girl trying to get laid, yet failing at it, like because of her own fault. Isn't that funny? Yeah. But
I think it's funny. I think it's funny when you describe it that way.
Yeah, it's great
when you describe it that way.
But I don't understand love, so I guess I don't really understand it. I can't give it a 7 out of 10.
Is it really love if you want to make love with 100 dudes?
Yes. You can't limit how many guys she actually loves and has feelings for. Come on now, J-Chip.
Well, you'll have to tell us about it, because you're the one that's going to watch the show.
I know. Well, my good buddy Harry is getting at it. He's been a little busy this week, you know. He's been checking out the figurine deals for the upcoming Ruby Volume 6. And he keeps trying to maximize the image of Blake on his monitor that way, and he's trying to like tilt it so you can see underneath the skirt. I keep telling him you're not going to be able to. There's no way they actually took a photo of that, but somebody on Twitter said, "Hey, Harry Lolly, you know you can see this," and he just won't stop. Like he's committed to seeing that non-existent underwear.
Are you telling us that Harry Lolly has a Twitter account?
Yeah, he does. Great. He doesn't tell me what it is though.
He doesn't want anybody following him.
He uses his real name. It might be Harold Lollyollandus. So it might be something like that.
I'm not trying to copy him.
Yeah, everybody here is just losing hair.
Yeah, you're next miasma.
We gave it to miasma. That's what happened.
They donated it. I do need to cut this though.
Soon we're going to be the bald-headed senpai cast.
Bald-headed senpai cast. That's gonna
Cancer survivor cast.
That might get a couple more watchers than the Sugoi Boys. So I might admit that. My husband gets bald too. I'm not gonna get bald. I don't think. Not for a while. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Did I watch anything else this week? I kept making plans to.
You watched Chobits again?
No, I didn't watch Chobits.
You started Chobits?
Yeah.
Did you watch Chobits?
Yeah, I watched all of Chobits. No, I didn't watch any Chobits either. Yeah, I keep making plans to watch things and plans for videos. So I've been planning and reading and watching Happy Sugar Life. So that's been that.
Because you want the Happy Sugar Life.
I do want a Happy Sugar Life. I am enjoying Happy Sugar Life. It's interesting. An interesting anime. Like American Psycho meets Maid Cafe. But yeah, it's pretty good. So Justin, have you watched or read anything else besides the aforementioned pink hair girl in a maid cafe murdering people show?
Well, I finished a pink hair girl turn into a vampire called Shiki.
Oh,
you finally finished that.
Yeah.
Finished Shiki.
You'll find out what I think tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I also want to talk more about Shiki next week when we can talk about more Halloween-y horror stuff.
Yeah, but if you want just like what I think, I give it 1 thumbs up.
Gave it a thumbs up, and he has 2 thumbs. So that's a 50%. So it failed.
Yeah.
On a 100 scale.
Also, me and Art are watching the 2nd season of Food Wars.
The second plate.
Yeah, that second plate. That's a pretty good plate.
Yeah.
Pretty good plate. Is it better than the first plate?
Yes.
What's on the second plate? Like, your first plate is your appetizer, so maybe you had, like, I don't know, some potato skins.
Your second plate is like your main course.
Oh, all right. This is the main dish. Oh, damn.
The first season was the appetizer.
Yeah, it was the appetizer. It was like the potato skins, the chicken wings. It was, whatever. I don't know.
And I fully expect that third plate to be a good dessert.
Yeah.
Man, how many plates? If this is an American show, there'd be like 75 plates. This would be like one piece.
If that was an American show,
only 3.
But the manga's still going.
Paddington 2 is fantastic. Second best of the year for Axel. So if anybody goes to the movie theaters anytime soon, go check out Paddington. But J-Chick went to the movie theater today, and he didn't see Paddington.
Yeah, I went to go see Halloween, and it was fucking awesome.
It was fucking awesome. How many thumbs up would you give that?
At least 2. If I had a third, I would give it 2.5.
All right.
Moving on.
Yeah, is that all you've been watching? Anything else you want to comment
on? JoJo's is pretty cool.
I'll tell you the new JoJo's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Golden Wind.
Someday I'll not. No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to say someday I'll watch JoJo's.
Yeah,
you already started committing to it.
I don't know, man. I still got to finish Legend of Galactic Heroes. I'm on that infamous episode. No, not even infamous. I've been infamously on episode 8 for about 2 years.
Talking about Legend of the Galactic Heroes, and since he's in chat, my buddy Rising Sun here mathematically proved that Legend of the Galactic Heroes is the best anime ever to exist.
Mathematically.
Interesting.
Is there like pie charts to this?
he's got some numbers. I'll say that.
Okay. You know what? I'll just believe it. Sure. It's not that it was bad. It's almost like, it's the same show as Chobits. It's interesting, but it's going to take me a really long time to finish it. But instead of cute, I don't know about that. I mean, that's like apples and oranges, though. I guess Chobits is more entertaining, like in like the short form, but I feel like overall, Legend of Galactic Heroes is going to be more entertaining. I don't know. Neither of them are really like my favorite type of show, so maybe I'm biased. Hey, Gabe, guess who modding my boys? Wait, when did it become 2 J-Chips? Oh wait, that's just bald Art. Wait, Art, why are you bald? Where your hair be at?
You have a video in editing limbo where you review Galactic Heroes and watching it. Oh, that's gonna be a fun time.
I'll review the first 8 episodes that I've seen. There's a bunch of people with like Germany names. They're in space. There's lasers, and some cool shit happens.
Yeah, so, Justin, was there anything else you watched?
We finished Penguin Drum.
Yeah, that Penguin Drum.
I was gonna let you talk about it since I talked enough.
Okay, you want me to talk about that Penguin Drum? Well, Justin mentioned that we've been watching Food Wars. He mentioned Penguin Drum, which I'll get back to.
I thought he was gonna continue about the Penguin. That would have been great if he was like, "All right, you want me to talk about Penguin Drum?" Oh yeah, so we've been watching season 2 of Food Wars, and Penguin Drum. I don't want to take away from anything you did, but Food Wars 2 had the greatest album of the year.
I mean, Food Wars 2 has a great OP.
Okay, it does. But Food Wars 2, Penguin Drum, I finished the Rohan OVA for JoJo. Been rewatching Revolutionary Girl Utena.
Man.
And I watched a whole episode of Hunter x Hunter this week.
Yes, 22 minutes of Hunteru x Hunteru. Great.
But Penguin Drum. Yeah, that was a ride. That was a really, really good show.
I was gonna say, you guys were pretty hyped on it when you started.
Yeah, amazing openings. I don't like it as much as I do Revolutionary Girl Lieutenant, but it's definitely really, really good.
Yeah, if you like Uno, you'll like it, probably.
What's like a non-spoilery synopsis? Is that possible? Or is it one of those shows
there's two twin brothers who have a sister, and the sister dies in the first episode, but she's revived by a mystical hat. And they have to find the mysterious penguin drum because the hat tells them to.
Oh, okay. So it's like Frosty the Snowman. Like there's something devoid of life, and then a hat comes along, and it gives it life.
I mean, I guess you could say it's like Frosty the Snowman.
Yeah, it is penguins. They like cold, and Frosty likes cold. So there you go. If you're into Frosty the Snowman, you'll probably like penguin.
Oh my god.
What? He's a fucking jolly snowman. He's fucking always happy. Look at him. He's great.
Okay, well, she's not a jolly girl. Not with the hat on, at least.
Shit.
She believes everybody... It's a
deconstruction of Frosty the Snowman. No,
everybody is a bunch of lowlives that amount to nothing.
Oh.
There's stalking and rape and all that shit in it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You might like it, Miasma.
How long is it? Is it 12?
24.
It's 24. Okay. I'll have to add it to the list of 9 million shows.
It's definitely part of the list of shows that people that dislike Goblin Slayer probably shouldn't watch.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's like Frosty the Snowman.
It's like Jack Frost, that really shitty horror movie.
Or is it like Jack Frost, the other Jack Frost with the Kevin? What's his name?
Hey man, Jack Frost. There's a rape scene in that movie, so.
No, not the. I'm talking about the Disney Jack Frost.
Oh.
Where the dad dies and turns into Jack Frost. There's no rape scene in that. At least I don't think so. Maybe it was just like. Maybe it's in the deleted content. The deleted scene.
I was talking about a different movie, but yeah.
Gabe has 600 plus anime in his plan to watch list.
I don't understand that, bro.
Okay. I'm gonna use the same terminology. I don't understand, but I kind of envy it. But like, because I try and cap mine at 50, and then because I know if I pass 50, then I'm not going to fucking. At that point, I should really start watching what's on there, because what am I doing in my life? So if it passes 50, like 600 seems too crazy.
I've seen people with like over 1,000.
Yeah, they're never going to watch all those. They're going to die, and there's just be like 590 of them on there.
No, it'll just keep growing because every season there's more and more shows.
Yeah, there's going to be like 1,590.
I also don't understand those people that watch 20 things on their 20 things on their currently watching, and says that they're watching them all, because that's too much, man.
I've seen people with over 100. How do you keep track of all of those things in your mind?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I also watch like 6 shows at once, so I really I can't get on people as much for 9 things on my mind at once. But then again, like I watch 3 episodes of a show and I don't watch it for like 2 weeks, and then I come back. Fucking Basilisk has been sitting in front of my Xbox One, has one of the discs in there. I've watched like 2 of the discs already. Haven't bothered to turn it on to watch more episodes. It's not a bad show. It's pretty good. I just haven't been into it. I had to knock out
something you would say you dislike about anime?
Oh, great segue. No, because my own foolish inconsistencies don't ruin anime for me. I'm just a fuckboy who doesn't know how to finish things, and I compare Penguin Drum to Frosty the Snowman. So I'm gonna go back to writing a blog, and I'll write this really long post about how Penguin Drum is actually Frosty the Snowman deconstruction. But yeah, so tonight we were going to talk about what we hate about anime. And because I'm always too positive of a person, and I figured, next week we can talk about Halloween-y horror things. So why not get in the negative mindset? Why not get angry and seek murder, and seek what we pisses us off in the shit that we supposedly love? Because I'm sure that there are things. I know for me that there is. I have a couple here. I'll just keep it at like 3 for now, and then we could just spat off. So, first, this is more so a community thing, but Mayaspa Senpai, you simply hate the fact that you were never in love to understand Chobits. You're right. I hate that I don't understand Chobits. If I understood Chobits, I would have finished it in a week. I hate in the community how there is this deep sense of that as anime fans, we need to separate ourselves. I don't know what the term would, isolationism, or kind of like Bob's tweet recently made me think about this the other day. J-Chip, I don't know if you had seen it, but he said he has noticed that other communities, like people that like games, people that like other stuff, they have a much easier time relating to people that aren't in said community. Whereas with anime fans, it's a higher level of toxicity, and it's sort of like the anime fans they wall up their world. Like this is their world, and you can't come into it unless you like what they like, or then you're just blocked out forever.
I mean,
go ahead.
I agree with that, but the other communities do that too. It's not just anime.
I think anime does it worse.
I think anime does it more obnoxiously, but
I'll also say this. I could bring up to my coworkers or something. I could talk about, hey, I like to play Overwatch a lot. They'll just brush that off with. If I say, oh, I like anime, that has a total. I guarantee they would look at me like way differently, because it seems that it has this.
Yeah, but you could put yourself 20 years ago and say, "Hey, I play Dungeons and Dragons," and it would be the same thing.
Yeah.
So there's hope that we can evolve, I guess, which I want heavily. I don't talk about this in terms of like despair. Like I advocate for it to become more mainstream than it is, more accepted than it is, and I can't control how outside people look at it, but what I can do is I can promote the good things, what I perceive as good, and comment on what I perceive as hindering the community and making people pissed off at each other. All these fucking, like, you go look on like Instagram, and I follow a whole bunch of anime related things on Instagram, right? And a ton of them will post funny memes and shit, and then once in a while, you can tell that they have several users posting to them. You can see that they post some weird suicide joke about how fans of a show should jump off a bridge or something. I'm like, why did we have to go there? Why did that boundary have to be crossed? Like, why couldn't it just be fun?
Since you mentioned that, my buddy Drac made a good video about being called an anime fan. And he was saying, like, you have those people out there that are like, well, you need to watch X amount of shows to be considered a fan, or you need to watch, you need to know Cowboy Bebop, Evangelion, Trigun, Kill la Kill, or you haven't seen those, you haven't seen Gundam, you haven't seen this, you haven't seen that, you're not an anime fan.
Elitists.
I hate this.
There's like a wall built up, and he basically just called it like there's a gatekeeper sitting there and telling you what you can and can't do to be included into this community. And when you tear it down, he's like, why can't just fans of Naruto come together? And while they're like, okay, you don't like Naruto and Sasuke's rivalry, but we can agree on Kakashi's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that. And then he got to how there's certain people out there that if he turns around and says, well, I like Gundam, I like Dragon Ball, I like Naruto, that they're like, those don't count.
They don't count as anime.
You don't talk about new stuff. You're not an anime fan.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You're not talking about Goblin Slayer or Bunny Girl Senpai. You're not a fucking real anime fan. Where's your episode review? How dare you do anime, YouTube?
No, but I think a lot of the things he said in that ring true. Like, there's a lot of people out there that are like that.
Yeah, you should like that later. That sounds very interesting. I think hits the nail on the head a lot. It's just maybe I'm just attracted to these fucking toxic places because anybody that plays anybody that's played in chat, that's played Overwatch for 5 minutes, knows that it is fucking insanely toxic in there. When you go into like ranked matches or something, it is dog eat dog on your own team. Unless things are going very, very well, which is 1 out of 10 games, I would say. You have people yelling at each other, swearing at each other. And I thought I heard that a lot back in the day with Halo 3 on Xbox Live. But no. Then I started playing Overwatch, and it just was way worse. And it was just this community that seemed like it hated each other. But then I'd see like anime fans arguing over fucking dumb shit. Like, who is the fucking best girl in a show, or what's the fucking best anime this season? I don't give a fuck what you think is the best anime this season. You can think that. Nothing I say is going to change your mind. So why are we going to argue about it? If I think that this show is the best anime this season, I'm going to think that. No, you're not going to say like, oh, hey, this show Bunny Girl Senpai. Holy shit, you're right. I didn't really like that show, but now you just said that it's the greatest thing I've ever fucking seen. Thank God that you exist.
I think there's an extra element on top of the anime community that other ones don't really have as much. Like the 3 big ones that I'll talk about right here, like take like a small community of music. I would be most familiar with like metal fans and whatnot. The Warcraft community and the anime community. They're all fucking toxic as hell. Metal fans will be like, well, you're not listening to black metal. You're not a real metal fan. Warcraft fans will be like, you didn't play back in Vanilla WoW. You didn't play Warcraft 3. You're not a real Warcraft fan. Anime fans, you're not watching Bunny Girl Senpai? Fuck that Cowboy Bebop. You're not an anime fan. They all have that to them, but the anime community has, like you were just going on about who's best girl, who's this. They have so many extra categories to put things in that these other communities don't, that it creates more divide.
Yeah. And honestly, I think
people argue over it.
And I think people embrace it. I think people embrace the negativity. And there's a certain crowd that feeds off of that, just like there's a certain crowd that feeds off of calling themselves trash or calling other people that. And I feel like that group of people just likes that, and they're gonna exist. But I don't know. It's just something. J-Chip, you can go if you have something that you rather dislike. That way, it's not all about me.
Well, I was going to talk about gatekeeping, but Art basically stole my thunder.
All right.
No, if you have something to add to it, go right ahead.
Yeah, good.
So, like, I hate the idea of, like, people that say you can't watch this if you're into the new stuff. Like, you can't watch all the old Gundams, Cowboy Bebop, Galactic Heroes because you like Naruto and Dragon Ball Z. And it isn't just anime. This gatekeeping happens in every fandom, but I feel like the anime community is the loudest and the most obnoxious when it comes to it.
Yeah.
No, I think you're right about that.
Light says too many people get easily pissed off when Avatar the Airbender gets called an anime.
I got legitimate comments on my Goblin Slayer video where people were pissed that I called it a Chinese cartoon. Like,
anybody in here who hasn't seen my Avatar video, by the way, Avatar is an anime, and I say it in there several times.
I mean, it is.
Didn't you say that about Ruby too?
Yes, I have an anime. I literally called my video Ruby anime review number whatever it was. That's also an anime. The Red Turtle is also an anime. It's all fucking anime. All right, it's all animated. If you brought that shit over there, they'd call it animation just like they would anything else. It's just it's from a different place.
The funny thing is that, like, when you go on my anime list, who, by the way, back when, like, I joined it, like, 5-6 years ago, I think, I don't remember how long ago it was, my cousin tried to put on it. He tried to submit Ruby to it. And that was back when you could actually submit things into their database, and you didn't have to go through a moderator and everything. But he got declined. And the message he received was, Ruby is not made in Japan, therefore not an anime. But then they started adding Korean works to it. And recently, they've been adding Chinese works to it. And the minute I saw a Korean work, I'm like, doesn't a lot of stuff get made in Korea? Isn't there a lot of animation outsourced over there?
Most animation is outsourced in Korea for its final go, because I'm guessing it must be the cheaper route to go. Because often the Simpsons, the Family Guy, if you watch the credits, you'll see a whole bunch of Korean names at the end, because it was all outsourced to whatever production company that Fox is signed to. For like the last cut. So there you go. Ed, Ed, Eddy is an anime. Killer Sushi, sure. I'll count it.
Well, if you were in Japan, they would just call it anime. So
yeah. I would call it a kids anime. It's also my favorite kids anime of all time. So there you go. I love that shit. But Art, did you have one in particular? Because I have some more, but we can go around.
I just really I want to piggyback off what Light said about how, like, they're so in their head about, like, if it's not made in Japan, it's not good. Like, we can have our preferences. Like, I don't really watch a lot of live action shit. I just don't prefer it. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, it's fucking garbage because it's not anime made in Japan.
Yeah. I feel 100% the same way. I have reasons like why I don't watch it, and I feel like it's typically the same kind of thing that a lot of anime fans that are like me and Art, which I just don't connect with it as much. But it's just not. And then I also have a fucking million anime to watch, so there's that. I don't think, it's shitty because it's this is shitty because it's not two-dimensional. My husband said, where was it? Okay, I think people who call other people trash are trash, but then I'm calling someone else trash, which means I'm trash, but I'm not calling myself trash. But by my logic, I am a hypocrite. How about just nobody calls each other trash?
Unless we're doing it ironically.
Just say garbage. Yeah. Change it to that. No, I don't know. I would say, I guess, if someone is super bullying somebody on a topic, using tons of comments and tons of negativity, throwing it at a particular person or something or an event, I guess that person's being trashy. But I always the words are just words at this point. So that's all you're gonna do is you're shedding light on an already fucking fucked up situation, something that's foobar. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Technically, you're right, Alex. Contemporary-wise, yes. The Japanese originally used cutout animation because they couldn't afford cells, but I mean, they used projection too. Yeah.
So yeah. I knocked out the community one sort of out of the way. The other ones are sort of about, I guess, shows or genres in general or something. I really, really, really dislike cliffhangers. And this is something.
Okay, well, it depends on what you mean by cliffhanger.
Okay, or something that, I guess my solution to this could be tied into like, so just for example, we brought it up before, Dead Man Wonderland. All right.
Okay. Yeah. Read the manga.
Now I did. I read that was the first manga I ever finished in my life, and I'm glad I did. Now, I get that often they're making these things just to promote the manga. I get it. It's business, all right? Business is going to try and make money. However, what I really wish would happen is that we fucking wait a little longer and we can either adapt more. Because if you've seen the Dead Man Wonderland anime and you've read the Dead Man Wonderland manga, you know that show like doesn't really cover shit. Like it covers like some of it, and then it has this fucking ass pull not ending that it has. And then the rest of it, if you've read the manga, is fucking awesome, and you get a whole bunch of new characters, and you find out backstory on people, and it's fucking really, really cool. I highly recommend the manga. Not that the anime is bad. I would say watch the anime too, but the ending's probably going to piss you off like it did me. So I just hate, like, I guess the read the manga ending or the... I was heavily affected by this being an Inuyasha fan, because when Inuyasha originally ended, I might be the only one here who's watched Inuyasha all the way. At the very end of the original Inuyasha, episode 167, they literally are just like, well, we still gotta get Naraku. We'll get him next time on Inuyasha. And then credits roll. And that's it. And credits roll. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was like...
I mean, that's fine for a season finale, but...
It was...
We all know how Inuyasha worked out.
When it's episode 167, and I'm sitting there like, wait a minute. Naraku's not dead yet. What the fuck? There's 5 minutes left and they haven't had a big-ass fight yet. What the shit is going on?
Yeah,
we'll get him next time.
How many years were between the original series and the final season?
A couple, like, I want to say 3 or 4.
Okay, that's a bit of a wait.
Yeah. I want to say it took some time. So Final Act was in 2009. 5 years.
Yeah.
The original ended in 2004.
That's a bit of a wait.
Final Act came out in 2009. So yeah, that happened. So I want my stuff I love manga, but I love anime like a lot more. So in that sense, like I want my anime endings to be endings. Like I don't want, and then maybe I'll check out the manga or something. Maybe or see if it was like different or something like that. I don't know. Like, would you rather have like a go read the manga ending where it's like not complete, or would you rather have them have like some weird ass ending? Because I'm kind of conflicted on
that. Okay. Well, it depends.
I think of Full Metal Alchemist when I bring this up.
Like, okay, if they do justice to the anime only ending, I'm fine with that. Like, if it makes sense in the context of the anime, and it doesn't feel like it just came out of nowhere, completely cool. I would like them to revisit it after the manga is over, maybe. And maybe either make an OVA ending or do a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Or, in the case of read the manga endings, I would hope it would be more in the style of Berserk, where they actually kind of left it off on a high note, where while they didn't in the original 97 complete the Golden Age arc, they left it off at the most crucial point in the arc, to where when you did pick up the manga, you didn't have to be like, well, this happened in the anime, and okay, I can just flip to when Griffith rapes Casca.
Spoilers.
I think everybody knew about that.
Yes, everyone. I haven't finished Berserk, and I know about that shit.
Yeah.
Alex said, "Wouldn't you have to make anime based off of only completed manga?" As much as I wish that would happen, it's not. I know it's not going to because they want one to kind of promote the other. So I kind of get it. Ideal world, yeah, it would be nice. I think.
I just
kind
of want an equal balance between the two.
Like, yeah. I don't know specifically where Happy Sugar Life's manga is currently, but I think the ending that the anime gave it made sense in context of the show. When you guys get to that, you'll see it.
Perfect. Because it is a red flag for me when I pull up the Wikipedia and it'll say manga ongoing. And I'm like, man.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. Like, we've been getting a somewhat, maybe not large amount, but in the past decade, there have been multiple different older mangas getting turned into anime. I mean, Banana Fish is going right now. That's just one off the top of my head.
Parasite.
Parasite was one of them.
From the 80s, I believe. Which got a really cool, modern, really beautiful anime in 2014. What about you, Justin? So you said you wanted some more balance. I'm still salty. I'm always salty over Dead Man. I'm trying to think of another example. I'll agree with Art what he said. If I could pick what they would do, it would be, I guess, maybe what they did with FMA and Brotherhood. But then again, that's a very successful franchise all around.
Yeah.
So you're also going to have people that are willing to redo it or change stuff.
To be fair, with the FMA 03 as well, wasn't the mangaka involved in the writing process of the anime-only episodes?
I think, yeah. I believe her.
I think she was.
I know you guys you didn't finish this one because it wasn't your cup of tea, but Chrono Crusade. So Chrono Crusade's manga is only 8 volumes, but it was not done when they were doing the anime. So the anime was 20-something episodes long. It was way longer than it really needed to be. But I much prefer the manga. Kind of a different tone and stuff like that. They really there's a lot more comedy in the anime. If you've checked out Chrono Crusade and didn't like it, I recommend at least try the first couple chapters of the manga. But the ending, in both of them, it's rather sad, but they changed some things. It's still a sad ending and stuff happens with certain characters and stuff like that, but some things are sort of changed around that kind of makes you look at it a little differently. And I didn't realize until I went to a convention and I went to a signing for Greg Ayers, who does the voice of Chrono. And I brought the only thing I had for him to sign. I had him sign my volume 1 of the manga of Chrono Crusade. And he was and he was amped because nobody fucking brings up Chrono Crusade. And he was like, oh, this is so awesome. I've read. I read all 8 of these, and he said that, and I was like, so he's not bullshitting, so he knew that they're right. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, some people used to talk about the ending, and I was like, yeah, I mean, it was interesting how it was different. And he's like, yeah, Daisuke Moriyama wrote both. And I was like, interesting. How he helped out with the ending of the anime, which was slightly different, yet still had an interesting sort of the same tone, I would say. But yeah, I guess I would rather see the OVA ending or just a redo, because original FMA, I don't hate it. I mean, I don't really like it at the end, and then I'm really glad that they made Brotherhood because I like that a lot more. Conqueror of Shambhala and all that shit, I was not about them.
I think it's, better when the mangaka is involved in the whole process of writing. But you do have your ones that get very split down the middle. I know I've brought it up a few times, and I know certain people in chat have disagreed with me on my thoughts with Erased. but I will actually stand by that anime's ending, because when you look at the manga ending, like, the similarities are very much apparent there. And you can see what they were trying to do, how they were trying to, like, make it like the manga ending. Did it execute it extremely perfectly and as well as the manga did? No. But it could have been much, much worse.
I'm cool with Greg Ayres. Yeah, I'm cool. I went to a signing and he signed my manga. That's how cool we are. He is as much as people don't like him, he's a really funny, cool dude. He does do the same fucking voice all the time, which I wish he would change. But he's a really fun. He's gone to Anime Boston every time I've ever gone, and he always does an 18+ panel, and it's fucking awesome. Oh, it's so good. If you're ever at a con and he's there, please go to at least some panel with him, because it's really funny, and he really likes being part of the anime community. I would say it's not. I've met other voice actors and actresses that don't seem as into, like, they I feel like they're really phoning it in at, like, the signing booths and shit. Greg Ayres is not one of them.
Introduce Harry Lolly to him.
Yeah. That would be my cosplay.
You know, I'm sure Harry Lolly and Greg Ayres would get along very well.
Yeah, they would.
Talk about Heaven's Lost Property.
Let's talk about Heaven's Lost Property all day.
You know, you could sing My Tingly Nips together.
My Tingly Nips. We could go boob fishing.
Imagine if they make an anime about Harry Lolly and Greg Ayres voices Harry Lolly.
You know, that I would actually watch that, and I would specifically watch it in English, because Harry Lolly would need Greg Ayres to voice him.
Yeah. There's nobody else that can do Harry Lolly other than Greg Ayres.
He would have to do it. What else I had? Do you guys have anything else? I don't want to step on toes or anything.
Yeah, I have something. I hate it when companies license shit and do nothing with it. Like with Monster.
Monster?
Yeah. Like Monster's licensed by Viz Media.
You ain't gonna get that shit.
They released DVDs, but they only released like half the show. And the rest of it, it's dubbed, but you can't watch any of it legally.
You can watch they dubbed every fucking episode and spent money dubbing it and shit and paid the actors, and nobody fucking owns it besides the first 26 episodes.
Which it's
a 74 episode show.
Like,
yeah.
Why do you own only 20 something of them?
I don't know, man.
Get the rest of them back to the people. Which this goes into another thing. People who shame you for not supporting the official licensing companies, when you see shit like this happening, why do you want to support them?
Yeah. They owe us. It's kind of how I look at it, you know?
Like, they'll shame you if you watch something on Pirate Site 55 that can't be named. Like, Mother's Basement in particular is one of those people. Voice of the community, shaming people, like, audaciously for just pirating.
I mean, if you want to watch some of the best anime of all time, you're going to have to pirate. If you want to watch Neon Genesis Evangelion, unless you're stupid like me and you spent a lot of money on the DVDs and was fortunate enough to have the money at that time. Also, if you've never seen Ava, you're not going to fucking do that. So, like, I love Ava's. That's why I bought it. If you've never seen it, then your fucking only opportunity is to go to Kiss Anime or something and just watch it there for free. But these companies will fight over the rights to fucking Bunny Girl Senpai, I'm sure. But, you know, they're not going to fucking bother to release shit that people actually want. But when they do, they're going to charge it. Like, when they fucking finally release Legend of Galactic Heroes, it's going to be an $800 box set. have fun. With no special features.
There's a smaller show called Detective Conan, and Funimation had that license for years, and they only dubbed the first 5 seasons. And because of popularity issues, because they decided to put it on 4 a.m. in America, they dropped dubbing it, and they didn't
Well, I wonder why.
My favorite
Maybe
time
if you don't
anime.
put it on at 4 a.m.
Detective Conan recently has gotten really popular. Like, it was one of Crunchyroll's award shit. But why didn't they dub that? Why do they spend so much time dubbing A Centaur's Life? A show that nobody talks about other than this at this point.
Why they dub Yamada's first time?
Yeah, why do they have these shows?
You're making a really good point, Justin, and it's kind of like my issue with simuldubbing. They're wasting all of okay, it's great that they're dubbing so many more shows. I think that's a great thing in general. You get it out to more people because realistically, not everybody wants to watch subtitles. So having these new things dubbed makes it easily accessible for more people. It's great. But by dubbing all of this throwaway stuff, you're throwing your money away.
Yeah.
It's gonna make you money now, and it's probably gonna decently make you a lot. But if you go back and say that they went and dubbed Legend of the Galactic Heroes and just officially released the whole thing, Funimation picks the whole thing up, boom, done. That whole cult fan base is going to pick that up, and they're going to just get so much money out of that.
They'll make a fuck ton of money.
Yeah.
They would make a ton. And they have the money to do it to begin with. Why don't they dub Garden of Sinners? I would love to see them dub Garden of Sinners late. I don't think it's ever going to happen. It's older at this point, and sort of like what Art was just saying, they seem to be very, very, very focused on getting you that dub real quick. So you get your episode review in. It's got to be fast. And I feel like Garden of Sinners is such a fucking dialogue heavy. I mean, there's a lot of action too, but you're also what is it, 10 movies at this point? Including the
recap and the extras, I believe it's 10.
So they would have to dub 10 films, which I get it. It's just a bunch of episodes. They dub a bunch of episodes of a show, but I don't know if they're ever going to do it. It'd be nice if they did. They did just re-release it. You could technically pick it up, but it's also really expensive. So you're better off you go watch it on Crunchyroll for free if you want.
Yeah, go ahead, Gabe. Say whatever you want. Chat is open.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. It's not bad.
I have another thing to talk about Detective Conan.
Unless it's that I suck, then you can't say it.
But
Harry the other thing sucks. Go ahead, Justin.
The other thing about the Conan license that's weird is that you can't legally start Detective Conan. If you want to watch it legally, you have to start at episode 700.
I love that whenever it gets told to me. On Netflix, don't they have it starts at 700 or something?
Yeah, so legally you can start watching Conan at 758, which is fine because you can literally start anywhere in Detective Conan, but you need that middle because there's a lot of story plot that just happens that you're not going to legally watch. And you see, Funimation doesn't have the license anymore. Why doesn't Crunchyroll just get the rest of the license and just sub the rest of the anime?
They're making High Guardian Spice, dude. That's where all their money.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, they're not tied with Funimation anymore either. They could go rogue now if they want, thanks to Sony.
They could.
Everybody, shout out to Sony for breaking up everybody's favorite anime couple, Funimation and Crunchyroll.
Yeah, now all of the anime things can go over to Netflix and do good things.
Yeah.
I think it's a better use of Funimation's time to not be with Crunchyroll.
Also with Crunchyroll fucking up left and right.
Yeah, I don't think Funimation really wants to be part of that.
I don't watch either of them because I'm hip.
Like putting Goblin Slayer at PG. I'm pretty sure Funimation looked at that and was like, yeah, we don't want to deal with you anymore.
I wish I could feel cooler when I say like I don't watch anime usually on those sites, but it's just because I own a bunch of shit that I haven't watched. So if I watch something, it's usually one of those things, or it's something that isn't like licensed or easily available or something, or it's very recently that it comes to Crunchyroll or something. I think the production companies are targeting deals with popular streaming sites such as Crunchyroll, Hulu, Netflix to make money. Main consumers is anime at 13 to 25.
Yeah, Goblin Slayer was PG when they first listed it, but pirate sites had it up as they should have. Crunchyroll done fucked up.
When's everything going to be on YouTube Red? When are they going to jump in on the anime bandwagon?
I saw you could rent Adolescence of Utena on YouTube.
Yeah, I saw that.
So YouTube's starting strong, I think.
Hey, I watched Goblin Slayer episode 1 on YouTube.
They also have,
that was different.
They also have Cobra Kai, and that's a really cool show.
No Mercy, Cobra Kai.
But it's the sequel to Karate Kid, but they did it in a series.
Crunchyroll got exposed for being fake anime fans of Goblin Slayers.
Yeah, so like going back to what you said about High Guardian Spice, I didn't know about it until like a couple weeks ago, but do you guys know what like Anime Crime Division is?
Yeah, with ProZD.
Yeah.
I see that fucking ad all the time.
Okay.
Like how much money do you think they're investing in that?
Probably more than they should. However, ProZD is hilarious.
No, I'm completely fine with him. It's
fucking funny and shit, but like I get what you're saying. Like that shit's advertised on there.
It's like you go on the Crunchyroll website and it's like Anime Crimes Division, Bunny Girl Senpai, My Hero Academia.
They're getting them to trying to get them clicks, man. Nobody's clicking on that Karno Kyokai anymore, except me and Justin. The only other one that I had was I'm just tired of I put recycled tropes. So just like not that I'm into because if anybody here saw my last video about fucking it took me a year to watch Chobits, so I talked about how I'm gonna have an upcoming thing where I'm gonna do a 2-episode test of some currently airing stuff after
Funny Girl Senpai.
That's gonna be one of a long time of me not giving a fuck about currently airing stuff. I'm gonna try some stuff out and we'll see how it goes. So I'll actually turn on Crunchyroll, but you bet your ass I'm running ad block and I'm not a member. So it's free and I don't have ads and I don't give a fuck.
But it's not 720p.
Whatever.
Who needs 720p?
I don't give a shit. It could be 1p. So I'll do that. But I'm just tired of like if I look at a chart, right, for a season, I am very, very tired of seeing Transported to Another World, Ordinary High School Guy. Those sentences, those two, when I you could probably Control F, and if the word Another World or isekai or high schooler, which good anime can happen in high school. I think a lot of people get like overinflamed about anime being high school. There are great high school anime stories, but at 26 years old, I'm not necessarily trying to rush out there and watch high schoolers anymore. And I realize maybe I'm not the target demographic, but it's not like shows that are for me don't exist. We talked about fucking Monster, talked about Gungrave in the past, talked about shows that are not targeted at that specific audience that could be made, but everybody kind of fucking tries to chase the fucking the cash grab that's the Isekai show, or the. By the way, I think that's Slime show. I'm going to do a 2-episode test of. But
so I get where you're going.
Yeah.
Like every season, you feel like you see at least on the chart, like you feel like there's a handful of shows that you've already seen.
Yeah.
When it comes to Isekai, I don't necessarily agree, but I think it's more in like the vein of what Light is saying, that like all these Isekai shows that are simultaneously harems, like those are the ones to avoid. Because like
in another world of my smartphone,
I think like things with concepts like, not that it was done extremely well, but Overlord had some promise. Like you weren't following ordinary high school guy. You were following successful dude in life that's obsessed with the game that gets transported into another world because his game shut down and he's the bad guy.
Okay.
Like that concept could have been done better, but I think it's a refreshing thing in many isekai that we see. I'm not too big into the whole isekai genre, but I think the sequel for Umineko, that it's still in manga form. I don't know if they're ever going to make it an anime, but Hotarubi no Tomoro Koro ni it's an isekai, but it's not fantasy world with medieval shit. It's family goes to visit their grandmother and gets teleported to hell on earth. Which I thought that was a welcome change. But you get in another world with my smartphone, restaurant from another world. I don't know about the Slime show. The Slime show sounds like it could be okay.
I'll bring
They're
up
not good.
Now and Then, Here and There.
I've still yet to watch that, but I've heard nothing but good things about it.
I've brought up a lot. Something that you almost never hear people talking about. But if people haven't seen it, I think it's a real disservice because it's only 12 or 13 episodes or so. And it's a kid is taken to another world, and it's about child warfare. And it is it's not a happy world that he's going to. And I loved how he's as much as he would like to be, he's not necessarily the savior of this world. This world definitely probably can't / shouldn't be saved.
Oh, no, I definitely agree with what you're saying about Overlord. Like, they really thought about the world that they were, like, creating there. I think specifically the first season falls too much into, well, I guess the second season, too. Like, it drifts off into other things that don't matter as much as the world. Continue with Now and Then, Here and There.
Oh, no, that's fine. Yeah, everyone should watch that show. I'm seeing everybody putting Vagabond. I know that's a popular manga. Are you guys saying I should read Vagabond?
I think he's saying everybody should read Vagabond.
Everybody? All right, everybody should read Vagabond, apparently, and watch Now and Then, Here and There, because it's really
all right.
Really good show.
Other...
All right, good night, everyone. We're going to go read Vagabond.
The other kind of trope that you didn't bring up that I'm surprised is post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, it's not as fresh in my mind because I haven't watched any. I don't think have I watched anything recently that was like that. But yeah, I'd agree, I guess.
I think there's, in general, like, since tropes are the whole thing, there's a lot of writers that just it's like you're on like you're in the McDonald's kitchen, right? And you have the menu in front of you, and you're reading the thing for Big Mac, and you take each piece of the Big Mac and put it on. You put the lettuce, you put the tomato, you put the burger, the bun, whatever else goes on a Big Mac. I never worked at McDonald's. I don't know. Justin would know.
I'll tell you after the podcast of what they do too.
Okay.
Just
so you put everything on the Big Mac, and you send it on its way, and there's your next show. When you have this guy next to you over, like, in a local restaurant making his own burger, and everybody's saying, well, that burger's not as cheap as McDonald's is, but it's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a trope, Justin, that you see that you're tired of seeing? Or
well, besides the ones that you just mentioned. But what Light said actually is something that I agree with, is the power of friendship is pretty goddamn annoying.
Plot armor, too.
Yeah, plot armor is one of them.
He's the main character. He can do it. Who gives a shit?
That's why despite it not being a good show, I hold such respect for Akame ga Kill for actually doing away with plot armor.
Yeah. They just fell apart in tone shifts. Our best friend just got mutilated. Oh, hey, here's a boob gag. Here's a let's eat a lot of food joke. Here's another titty grab. Hey, hold on. Make sure the camera's looking over here at the titty grab and not at the decapitated body over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Akame ga Kill, definitely.
Oh my god. Apparently I have to read Vagabond.
Too bad I didn't watch more than one episode of Black Clover because I couldn't get past Asta screaming.
I also watched one episode of Black Clover and couldn't get past his screaming.
Oh yeah, well, I saw 14 episodes.
It's okay. Light can tell us all about the problems with Black Clover.
Yeah, because he's never going to drop it. It's going to be like 600 episodes. He'll still be going.
I mean, hey, it's doing something good because apparently it's better than My Hero Academia.
Congratulations.
Sure.
I don't know. I'm not listening to you.
Black Clover gets a gold star for that accomplishment.
Oh, okay.
Akame ga nope.
Akame ga nope. On that note, I guess we could wrap it up. So yeah, we talked about what we some stuff that we hate. I'm sure we missed out on some stuff. Thank you everybody for coming. It means a lot, man. We had like 10, 11 people in here at once tonight. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Never really would have imagined when it was just 3 fuckboys to talk about anime, we'd get even like 3 people. But you guys are awesome, even when you tell me I'm dumb, which I'm sure has happened more often than I've seen. But yeah, thank you all for coming. We will see you next week at the same time. As always, check out these 2 guys' channels, donate to their Patreon, and then if you have money left over, then donate it to mine. Go to them first because they're awesomer. So yeah, thank you everybody for coming, and we will see you next week. See, Harry Lolly's gonna be mad. Yeah. I think Harry Lolly gets mentioned in the chat more than most things. But it's great. Harry Lolly's gonna be coming soon with a Yamada's first time review. So emphasis on
funded by the J Chip Show.
Emphasis on I don't know when soon is gonna be.
Soon TM.
Soon TM. Stay tuned. All right, see you guys next week.